Every great institution begins with a dream shaped by vision, nurtured by faith, and built with unwavering commitment. In 1976, on quiet land in Old Alwal, Secunderabad, a dream took form: Loyola Academy. Inspired by the foresight of distinguished Jesuit alumni from the Twin Cities and the pioneering spirit of Reverend Father T.J. Balaya S.J., Loyola Academy began humbly in temporary sheds with intermediate classes and hearts filled with purpose. Managed by the Jesuits of the Andhra province of the Society of Jesus, the Academy embraced a legacy that began in 1540 with St. Ignatius of Loyola, a legacy of education that transforms lives. On 22nd December 1977, the foundation stone was laid by Sri Jalagam Vengala Rao, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. It was more than stone and soil. It was the foundation of excellence. The journey continued. In 1978, Loyola became a degree college. By 1993, it emerged as a PG institution. Classrooms multiplied, dreams expanded, horizons widened. In 1983, the Farm Science and Rural Development Block was inaugurated by Sri N.T. Ramarao, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, affirming Loyola's commitment to the nation's roots, its villages and farmers. In 1987, the college church was inaugurated by Father Peter Hans Kolvenbach, S.J., Superior General of the Society of Jesus. Here, faith and reason found harmony. The year 1992 marked a defining moment. With autonomy granted by Osmani University, the electronics technology, computer science, and engineering blocks were inaugurated by Sri Janardhan Reddy, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. Loyola stepped boldly into the future. In 2002, the Father Balaya Memorial Block was inaugurated by Most Reverend Marampudi Joji, Archbishop of Hyderabad, honoring the visionary who started it all. The same year, the college library, inaugurated by Honorable Justice A.R. Lakshmanan, became a sanctuary of knowledge. In 2004, the Indigo Block was inaugurated by Dr. Y.S. Rajasekhara Reddy, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, a symbol of Loyola's ever-growing academic reach. Spread across 132 acres, Loyola Academy stands today as a beacon of excellence. NAC A grade accredited, recognized as a college with potential for excellence, and a 3-time NIRF ranked institution. In 2021, the indoor stadium was inaugurated by Reverend Father K.S. Stanislas S.J., the Provincial of Andhra Province, nurturing strength, teamwork, and resilience. The Commerce Block, inaugurated in 2023 by Cardinal Paul Anthony, strengthened professional education. In 2025, the Loyola Canteen, inaugurated by Reverend Father Mutholil Kunan George S.J., and the Loyola Gymnasium, inaugurated by Reverend Father Jesus Miguel Jagalul Cariado S.J., completed the circle of holistic formation. From humble beginnings to a legacy of excellence, Loyola Academy continues its mission to form men and women who are competent, compassionate, and committed to building a just and humane world. Loyola Academy, where vision becomes legacy.
Dear students, as the rector of this institution, I take this opportunity to wish you all a happy feast on the occasion of the feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Society of Jesus and the patron saint of Loyola Academy. Today, as we celebrate the feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola, let me begin with a small image. Imagine standing beside a still pond. You pick up a tiny pebble and throw it into the water. The pebble is small, the splash is small, but the ripples, the waves keep spreading farther and farther until they reach every shore of the pond. That is the story of the Society of Jesus. It all began with one person called Ignatius, born in the fort called Loyola in present-day Spain, more than 500 years ago. As a young and courageous soldier full of energy and passion, he dreamt of achieving glory and fame. In the year 1521, he was severely wounded by a cannonball in battle. During his long recovery, he had nothing to read except the life of Christ and the lives of the saints. As he read, his heart changed. He realized that worldly success lasts only for a moment, but living for God gives lasting joy. Thus, a wounded soldier became a pilgrim, and a pilgrim became a saint. A few years later, in the year 1540, together with 6 companions, he founded the society to which all the fathers here belong to, called the Society of Jesus. These 7 men were like a small pebble dropped into the pond of history. Today, the ripples have reached every continent. Jesuits serve in more than 100 countries through schools, colleges, universities, research centers, parishes, social institutions, and missions, touching millions of lives. What began with 7 companions has become a worldwide mission of faith, justice, education, and service with 14,000 members today. What gave rise to these ripples? It was the spirit of St. Ignatius of Loyola, his vision and mission. The spirit of St. Ignatius can be summed up in 4 simple ideas. 2 ideas related to God and 2 ideas related to your purpose and your life goals. The first is ad maiorem Dei gloriam, which means for the greater glory of God. Whatever you do, whether you study, teach, play sports, participate in events, you are called to do it with excellence, integrity, and love, so that our work becomes an offering to God. The second is to find God in all things. Ignatius taught that God is present not only in churches, but also in classrooms, laboratories, libraries, playgrounds, people, and in our daily relationships. Every experience can become an opportunity to grow, to serve, and to discover our purpose. The third is magis. Always seek the greater good. Magis does not simply mean doing more. It means becoming more loving, more generous, more competent, more compassionate, and always asking, what is the greater good I can do? At Loyola Academy, we don't ask you to compete with others. We ask you to compete with the best version of yourself. Every day, become a little better than yesterday. It is all about achieving excellence with purpose. The fourth is men and women for and with others. It is a phrase which is part of the vision of the college. Education is not just about getting a job. It is about becoming the kind of person whose knowledge, skills, and character make life better for others. Therefore, use your talents, your skills, your achievements, not only for your own success, but also to serve the society. My dear students, let me conclude with a small caption. Never say, I am just one person. One honest student can transform a classroom. One compassionate doctor can heal a community. One ethical engineer can build a better society. One dedicated teacher can inspire generations. Never underestimate the ripple effect your life can create. Perhaps years from now, someone will say that Loyola Academy was the place where your ripples and your waves began. As we celebrate St. Ignatius today, may each one of us ask, what ripple, what effect will my life leave in the world? May the spirit of St. Ignatius inspire us to seek excellence, serve generously, discover God in all things, and dedicate our lives for the greater glory of God. Thank you, and I wish you all a very happy feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola. Happy feast.
Hello everyone. Have you heard that Jesuits belong to an international body of educators? We were known as educators of Europe because only Europe was known at the time in the 15th and 16th centuries. Over the years, for the last 5 centuries also, Jesuits have established almost 200 international universities, and they are catering to almost 30 lakhs of students all over the world, people coming from all sorts of backgrounds, irrespective of caste, color, creed, and ethnic backgrounds. We have a long history of educating people to promote them as men and women for and with others. Some of the top universities in the world belong to us. And we have produced many international leaders like Obama and Nelson Mandela and so many people. And in India too, we have produced several presidents of India and then several MLAs, MPs, etc. The quality of our education speaks volumes because we belong to that international body. Therefore, we maintain that international stature. Be proud that you don't belong to just a state or a country, but an international body of educators, which means we also need to rise to the level of an international learners. I wish you all the best. Happy Feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola. God bless you.
Dear students, teaching faculty and non-teaching staff, I would like to share with you the renowned Jesuit institutions such as Liba, Chennai, XLRI, Jamshedpur, St. Xavier's, Kolkata, Loyola College, Chennai, St. Joseph's University, Bangalore, and many others have become symbols of education excellence and leadership. Their success lies not only in outstanding education, but also in forming responsible citizens committed to society. May you aspire not merely for professional success, but for purposeful leadership rooted in values, integrated and service. Remember that true education transforms both the individual and society. I wish you a very joyful feast day of St. Ignatius of Loyola to all of you. Do everything for the greater glory of God.
Dear students, our campus reflects the beauty of diversity, where people from different religions, cultures and backgrounds learn together in harmony. Father Ignatius reminds us that respect, dialogue and understanding strengthen communities and build lasting peace. May we celebrate our differences with openness and treat everyone with dignity and work together in creating an inclusive environment where everyone feels welcomed and valued. Happy feast to all of you on the feast day of Father Ignatius. We work for the greater glory of God. Thank you.
Dear friends, St. Ignatius of Loyola teaches us to be grateful to the creation of God, the nature. The central principle of Ignatian spirituality is finding God in all things, in every creature, persons, places, plants, animals, and in totality, the earth. As being part of Loyola institutions, all of us have to understand and make it part of our daily life to care for the common home, the earth. Caring for our common home begins with simple yet meaningful actions that preserve nature and promote sustainable living. Let our education foster simple but powerful daily practices, that is, reducing waste, conserving water, choosing sustainable transportation, planting trees, respecting other living beings, and avoiding unnecessary consumption. These small acts cultivate responsibility and reverence for our common home, the earth. As concluding words, let's follow simple formula in our daily life. Less greed, more gratitude to the nature. Less consumption and more sustainability. Dear friends, once again I wish you happy feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola. Thank you.
St. Ignatius of Loyola is a model of contemplative in action, rooted in discernment, self-awareness and service, rooted in spiritual exercises and managing tasks, encouraging us to lead in compassion. He wanted every Jesuit and persons trained in spiritual exercises to be contemplative leaders. Contemplative leaders has the following qualities. They see the real. Ignatius invites us to see the real. This means both in joys and sorrows, we are asked to see the real. Immerse themselves in the world. Ignatius began the religious order to have contemplatives in action. They live as monks, living in the world with their leadership. And to discern individually and act collectively. We are given a model of importance by St. Ignatius of Loyola to discern and act. This discernment of wisdom helps us to live in the world as the reflection of Christ. A Jesuit is a reflective person who follows the reflection of Christ. And examine is a way where a Jesuit realizes that he is in touch with the Lord. Being reflective and learn from the past will help us to plan for the future. A Jesuit seeks spiritual wisdom and he has indifference of being free from disordered attachments to do everything for the will of God. And Ignatian leadership is the way where we are called to follow Christ in the model of St. Ignatius.
Dear Loyola family, an African proverb says, if you want to go far, go together. That is the spirit of the Jesuit Alumni Network. When we graduate from a Jesuit institution, we do not just earn a degree. We become part of a global family. Across the world, Jesuit alumni are making a difference as professionals, leaders, and people of service, united by the ideal of being men and women for and with others. This network offers friendship, mentorship, opportunities, and a lifelong commitment to serve society. It reminds us that true success is not measured by what we achieve for ourselves, but by what we contribute to others. As St. Ignatius said, love ought to show itself more in deeds than in words. Let us keep this living legacy alive through our actions and service. God bless us. Wish you a very happy feast.
Dear members of the institution, respected teaching faculty and non-teaching staff, dear students and well-wishers of Loyola, the Andhra and Telangana Jesuit province continue its mission of serving the public with dedication and compassion through its many ministries. These include the Ministry of Education, Social Action, Spiritual Formation, Pastoral Care, Arts and Culture through Kaladarshini, Youth Formation through the SJ Center, and initiatives for rural development and the care of marginalized communities. Through these diverse ministries, the Jesuit fathers and brothers strive to respond generously to the needs of our time. Our mission reflects the Jesuit vision of forming people who are intellectually competent, morally responsible, spiritually rooted, and committed to the service of others. As members of the Loyola family, we are invited to participate in this shared mission. Education is not only merely about acquiring knowledge or earning a degree, it is about becoming men and women of character, integrity, and compassion. Every classroom, every act of service, every opportunity to help another person becomes a step towards building a better society. Saint Ignatius of Loyola reminds us that a true relationship begins with service. His vision inspires us to seek excellence not only in our studies and professions, but also in our relationships, our concern for the poor, and our commitment to justice and peace. In today's world, which often faces division, inequality, and environmental challenges, each one of us has the responsibility to be a source of hope and positive change. I encourage all to use your talents with humility, creativity, and a spirit of service. I thank our dedicated staff for your tireless commitment to nurturing young minds and shaping responsible citizens. Let us continue to walk together, inspired by the ideals of St. Ignatius of Loyola, contributing our gifts and abilities to build a society that is more just, peaceful, inclusive, and compassionate. May God bless our Loyola family and all those whom we are called to serve. Wish you all a happy feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola, all for the greater glory of God. Thank you.
Greetings, dear students, faculty, and friends. On this joyful feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola, let me ask you one question. If you had the power to change one thing in the world, where would you begin? St. Ignatius reminds us that every great change begins with one person who discovers a greater purpose and meaning. The future does not simply belong to you. You are not just the leaders of tomorrow. You are the change makers of today, and you are the change. Be young men and women who seek God in all things in God. Stand for justice, care for our common home, and become compassionate leaders who make a positive difference wherever you go and whatever you do. These are the values reflected in the Jesuit Universal Apostolic Preferences, showing the way to God, walking with the excluded, accompanying the youth, and caring for our common home. Therefore, let us dare to go forth and set the world on fire, not with power or ambition, but with faith, hope, love, and selfless service. Happy feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola. May his vision inspire us and may his blessings guide each one of us.
Friends and staff, Ignatian leadership begins with vision and the ability to dream beyond oneself and to seek the greater good. It calls us to think critically, act ethically, and inspire positive change in every sphere of life. May we cultivate wisdom, courage, and discernment as we journey together in pursuit of excellence and service.
Wishing everyone a joyful feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola. May his life continue to inspire us to learn deeply, serve generously, lead wisely, and live with faith, justice, and compassion. Thank you.
Hello everyone, as we celebrate Feast of St. Ignatius Loyola, we feel happy and proud to share our Loyola journey with you. When we joined Loyola Academy, we came here to study and earn a degree, but slowly realized that Loyola gives us much more than academics. It helps us to discover what we are, who we can, and how we make a difference in the lives of others. Can you remember your first day at Loyola? The excitement, nervousness, and new faces around us. That was the beginning of our journey.
At Loyola, learning is not only limited to classrooms and textbooks. Our teachers encourage us to ask questions, think differently, and apply knowledge in real life. For example, when we prepare presentations, projects, and take part in discussions, it builds confidence and communication skills. These small experiences help us in preparing for a future career.
One special thing about Jesuit education is that it focuses on the overall development of a student. Here, we are not only trained as good professionals, but also as good human beings. A simple example is that when we participate in college activities, we learn teamwork, patience, leadership, and how to respect different opinions.
St. Ignatius of Loyola taught us the importance of reflection and doing everything with excellence. At Loyola, we are encouraged to ask ourselves, am I becoming a better person every day? Am I using my talent for a good purpose? These reflections help us to become a better person and take better choice for our future.
ICAF, the All India Catholic University Federation, is a student movement at Loyola Academy. It gives students opportunities to understand society beyond their experiences. Through various exposure programs, community visits, and social action initiatives, we engage with people from diverse backgrounds, understand their realities, and develop a deeper sense of responsibility towards building a compassionate and just society. Through these experiences, ICAF nurtures empathetic, responsible, and socially conscious leaders, inspiring them to serve others and work towards equality, justice, and positive social change.
Magic Youth is an exceptional platform dedicated to students' empowerment, holistic growth, and creative expressions. Through collaborative activities, dynamic performances, and structured teamwork, it provides a supportive environment where even the most reserved individuals bring out confidence over time. Many of us carry hidden talents, waiting for the right moment to surface. Loyola gives the stage, the mentorship, and the community to discover and showcase them to the world.
Being part of the Student Council has taught us that leadership is about responsibility and service. When we organize events, coordinate programs, or help fellow students, we learn planning, teamwork, and decision making. Leadership is not about giving orders, it is about working together.
Life at Loyola is full of opportunities beyond academics, from cultural programs and competitions to workshops and various departmental events. Every activity teaches us something new. Sometimes a competition may not be about winning, but about gaining confidence and learning from the experience.
Loyola helps us to overcome our fears and express ourselves. Many students feel afraid to speak in front of others, but now they are participating in presentations, seminars, and public events. Isn't it true how our first presentations are always scary, but now after a few opportunities we become more confident?
Jesuit education teaches us that education should lead to service. At Loyola, we learn to look beyond ourselves and understand the needs of others. Small gestures like supporting a friend, helping a classmate, and participating in social activities reflect the spirit of one for another.
One beautiful aspect of Loyola is that students from different backgrounds come together as one family. In our classrooms and activities, we meet people with different experiences, different cultures, and different ideas. This teaches us respect, acceptance, and importance of unity.
Our teachers at Loyola are not just educators. They are mentors who guide us and support us. They encourage us when we face challenges and motivate us to achieve our goals. Many times, a simple word of encouragement from a teacher gives you confidence to move forward.
The vision of Jesuit education is to form men and women for others. This means using our knowledge, talents, and success to help others. Success is not only about getting a good job, it is also about becoming a responsible person who cares for society.
Looking back at our Loyola journey, we've realized how far we've come. From being new students to becoming confident individuals, Loyola has played an important role in shaping us. Every classroom, every activity, and every interaction has contributed to our growth.
As we celebrate the feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola, we thank God for this Jesuit education and this wonderful institution. Loyola Academy has given us opportunities, knowledge, values, and memories that will stay with us forever.
We carry forward the message of St. Ignatius to learn more, serve more, and to become better men and women for others.
Thank you, and wishing you all a very happy feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola.
మిర్చి పండు ఏ చాల్ గీ చాల్ పక్కన పెట్టి మాటే వినుండ్రి.